Hello, good morning, good morning. Hi. Welcome back to this free 30-day Get Ready for Change challenge. Today is day 12. Can you believe it? We're really almost 50% of the way done. I swear I just said 10% on day 3. So this is happening fast, but it's also I feel like doing the daily challenge, I've said it before, but it feels like it definitely slows the days down for me. Um feel like I'm ready to add another element to my day and my routine and my habits so that time feels even more in my control, if that makes more sense. We can talk about that more later, but welcome. Thank you for doing this for you because honestly, this challenge is it's something that like I said, I've put it out because I feel not only has it helped me, but it's gonna help so many other people. So first and foremost, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the day. The first thing we're doing is I'm gonna share the prompt. It's a very short prompt, so it's gonna be written down pretty quickly, but I think it's definitely we're talking about one of the buzzwords that have kind of been around for the past few years, especially within the Black community, just building up this thing. And I feel like a lot of people need to actually understand what they think it means to them for us to actually be able to hone in on what it actually means for all of us in general. So here we go. Today's prompt. Oh my God, I'm actually really excited for this one. I feel like this one we have a lot going on. Today's prompt, day 12. What does legacy mean to me? And I don't want y'all to get like too ahead of anything. So let me just scroll that down so you only see the prompt. There we go. What does legacy mean to me? Just write it down. Just write it down. And then go ahead and uh put together an analysis section. Like if you have a two-pager, maybe put all of your prompts here, your answers here, and then do the second page as like your analysis so you can actually break it down and like really have room to break it down. Okay. Because we're really going to get into this one. I really think that um it's important to realize how much the people around you and society in general, how much it influences what you believe and what you think. And this question is definitely going to help shed light on what a lot of us think and where our influence of knowledge and belief comes from. All right. What does legacy mean to me? Now, if you are like, bruh, I don't really want to have to like follow along with this whole challenge with you and watch you share the screen and stuff, then you could just head over to Pampered and Lux on Instagram. Okay. You could just go to Instagram. Oh, I usually have it pulled up. Oops. You can go to Instagram. Here we go. There we go, there we go. All right, yes, there. If you don't wanna follow along, like, all the way because these are longer videos where you actually really dive in depth, you can just head over to Instagram, and you'll be able to see every single daily prompt. This is day 11, which was posted. You go to Pampered and Luxed, and, yeah, all of the prompts are here. Every single day is posted. There's also other things that get posted as well. I also put stories up. There's different heart messages, things that really just are, like I said, yesterday, if you were here yesterday, messages from the heart, things that really like are just super impactful, and I really feel a lot of people need to hear. So, yes, definitely head over to there, follow, hit the subscribe or the follow button. Yeah, follow so that you can actually get the notifications, hit the button, you'll get all of it. You won't have to watch the whole thing. You can just go straight to Instagram. Now, if you're here for the full analysis, the full deep dive, here we go. We're going to start answering. Here's our prompt once again. I feel like a few people just jumped in. So, where'd I go? There we go. Here's our prompt again. And I'm actually going to go ahead and answer um here on the screen so you guys can we can really have a whole interactive full day. I feel like this is the first day since probably day 5 or 6 that I'm gonna actually do this whole prompt and everything with you from my point of view, not just a sample. Like this is literally me doing my own prompt, answering it, analyzing it, and we're gonna actually go through it. So here we go. What does legacy mean to me? Now, definitely take a moment to write your answer down because I do know that um, we soak up a lot of what we hear. And sometimes it's just hard to write when you're hearing. So definitely take your time, take your moment. And I'm very intentional about my word choice. So I'd like to really let my brain think about this one and I really want to get it so that it hits me here and I know exactly what I mean. Okay. My tea today is actually a kombucha. I'll share that later on in the video. I want to make sure we get our daily challenge together first. Ooh, okay. What does legacy mean to me? Hmm. Definitely write yours. We're writing our prompt answers down. I'm gonna tweak mine a little bit as well while I'm writing mine down. So don't feel pressure to feel like you have to answer a specific way. Like this is literally what does it mean to you? Okay, there we go. I think I have my answer. I'll give everyone else a little bit more time to just write their answer down. See, is the past which is the future benefit and descendants. So knowing came before so they were now legacies in history. Okay, yes. My answer's done. I'll give everyone about a 30 more seconds, see how everyone's doing. And let me check the comments because I still believe we don't really have comments up as of yet. Yep, no comments. Okay, so, hmm. Ooh, all right. Hopefully everyone's done writing down their answer. If not, feel free to continue to write while I go ahead and talk about my answer and we keep it pushing, okay? So, what does legacy mean to me? Legacy to me, legacy is the passing of skills, resources, and knowledge for future benefit of descendants and descendants' environments. It's not just that, though, it's also the knowing of who came before so that you are now. It's also, and I can go and explain all of these. We're going to talk about explaining all of these and really diving deep once we get to the analysis. It's also legacy is the community's stamp in history so that their actions aren't just fleeting moments in time. They actually, um, people know whether they were there or not that it occurred. Legacy is when person becomes one of a people, becomes a people in time. Yeah. So that's how I think about legacy and what it means to me. Now, I think there's actually one more sentence I'd like to add. Legacy. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to say. Legacy is also the power to exist and have existed in the eyes of any. I think that goes kind of back to um, legacy as a community stamp in history. So, yes. All right. Now that we have our answer, we have what it looks like. Um, To answer that, I have my new if your definition of legacy you feel like may not be what other people are saying, then now you've definitely defined it and you've written it down and you know for sure, okay, anybody who's talking about legacy or anything like that, they may not actually be talking about what I'm talking about. So I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. Anything like that. So this question also helps you realize that we can all say the same thing, but that doesn't mean we're talking about the same thing. And we can all talk about the same thing and it might not even sound like the same thing. So that's why it's important to understand what things actually mean to you, what concepts, what places, what people, understanding the fine details and the actual definition of that thing to you in your life. Instead of just taking the word and what you know it means to be exactly what someone else might know it means, because everyone has different definitions of everything. Simply because we're raised in different places, we all come from different places, we have different connotations of different words. So we're definitely going to have different denotations of those words depending on um, how our community may feel about that specific thing. All right. I have my answer. And the first thing I'm going to do with my analysis is talk about my feelings when I was reading it and when I was answering. So, my feelings when I was reading. Hmm. Okay, I definitely was excited. I remember saying that because I was like, "Ooh, I'm excited." I was excited and eager to dive into today's live. Something about it was just giving me pretty much. Yes. I actually really like this prompt a lot. Today's no, that's right. And when I was answering, I felt I felt very intentional about it. Um, I felt intentional, I felt pensive, but that's more of a state of mind, not necessarily a feeling, both of those. So what was more of a feeling? Um, oh, I felt calm and I did sort of feel like I was in my own world, sort of like I was in my own world. Yeah, I definitely was still excited too. I was definitely oops, excited. Okay. Now, um this is also I do wanna go ahead and mention we are on day 12, so I'm not sure how you've been taking your journaling or your notes down for each day, but I do wanna mention that, yes, it's still possible to you don't have to just have a physical notebook. It is one of the easiest ways, and I think, one of the best ways for our brains to process, but you don't have to just use a notebook. If it works better for you to type like I'm doing right now, then do that. If it works better for you to do like video diaries or voice memo diaries, do that. Whatever works for you, do that. And that's also really one of the main lessons inside of this whole challenge. Taking back your power right there, it literally just means to do what works for you, and then life ends up working for you pretty much. So, and I also know that, um, honestly, from experience, I've been in more of an alignment place with myself and stepped more into my power before, and life was really great. And then because I wasn't used to it, that's not something that I understood or I grew up doing, then I started to self sabotage. And we're definitely going to dive into self sabotage today, um, a little bit because our prompt yesterday kind of touched on what it may look like to self-sabotage, but I didn't explain how that self-sabotage is really what was going on. So we will dive into that a little bit later as well. All right, now that you've listed your feelings, I did not mean to put that so far up. Actually, that goes with the other one. Okay, perfect. So now that you've listed your feelings, while you were reading and while you were answering, we're going to talk about the first experience we had with these feelings. Now, today, my feelings are actually pretty positive. They're not always that way, okay? I may sometimes feel like, I'm kind of scared to answer this prompt, or I'm actually confused answering this prompt. Whatever you're feeling, you feel, and that's what you write down. That's what we work with, okay? So, the first time, I'm going to go back to the first time I ever felt um excited and eager to dive into something. Excitement and eager. Hmm. First time I cognitively remember, because of course you're gonna have when you were a child, a little toddler, pretty much almost anything was like kind of exciting when it was new, when it was interesting, when it was fun. So I'm talking about the first time you remember your first memorable experience with these feelings. Now, for me, hmm. Okay, I actually remember this. I remember the first time I was eager and excited. My mom was taking me to tour my potential elementary school. Actually, you know what? I don't even think that was it. I think that was just one of the second. I think that one is so close to one of the first ones. I'm gonna put them both. If you feel like there are like two that really pop up aggressively in your brain, go ahead and write them. So I'm gonna write that one. And the other one was my dad had made me and my brother oatmeal, but what excited me was the fact that he showed us how. She showed us how I love to cook. Like I'm realizing how much like that just was It was so simple. It was just oatmeal. It wasn't even like the kind like, it wasn't even Quaker oats, like, it was just the mix. So it wasn't even like, from scratch oatmeal or anything. It was literally like the packet mix, and I just remember being so excited that I actually finally knew how to make, like, not only a food, but it was my favorite food at the time. I ate up some oatmeal, okay? So, he showed us how to make my favorite food at that point, which was oatmeal. Okay, and then I also need to write down what about that excited me. Oh, when I went to tour that school, the teachers, the principal, the students, everybody was just they had good vibes. Everybody had real good vibes. And then, they changed the zoning in our district, and I ended up going to a different school, and I had a whole different experience. So, that's also why I wrote down both, because I feel like, because I don't really have any negative feelings attached to this prompt, I also wanna write down the eager and excitement I remember that I there was really no negative feeling around it afterwards or during it. But with this first one, I ended up having negative feelings around it later. I was like, "Oh, so you played me. Like, I wasn't gonna go to that great, cool school. Like, I'm going to this other one." And then also, I do wanna say go ahead and write down the age you were. So write down the age you were at this time, which was I was 5 when I went to elementary school, and this I was like 3 to 5. I don't even remember exactly how old. I was probably 3 to 4 actually, because when I was more 4 to 5, we were in Atlanta, and when I was like 2 to or when I was like 1 to 4, we were in Ohio. So I think I was about 4 years old. Okay. So now that we've written those down, we're still really only answering yet. We haven't gotten to the part where we look at all of our answers and we see what they mean. So let's just keep going, okay? What were specifically emotional? What were your emotional needs at this time? Um, and by at this time, I mean the time um that where'd it go? The time that we're talking about specifically where you experience that first feeling for the first time. So I'm going to put that there. This one, I'm going to use this very first one instead of the second one because that was really the first time, the first time. Okay. Emotional needs at that time, I was a 4-year old. I just needed I needed people to people or Um, my family village, let me say that specifically, family village. When you're a 4-year-old, you need your family village to affirm you, reassure you, protect you emotionally, all emotionally. We're talking about emotional needs. Protect you and encourage you. Yeah, also support you. Yes. All right. At 4 years old, yeah, there were I wouldn't say that I specifically remember any emotional needs going unmet at 4 years old. Yeah, no, I think for a 4-year-old, I was getting the things I needed. So for me, I'm gonna go ahead and say, um, actually, no, let me take that back because uh, I think at that time that was when my mom did start travel nursing again. So I did start to feel that like the absence of mother figure starting around that age, I believe. Actually, I think that was more like 5 specifically that I started to feel cognizant about it. So I will go ahead and write it. Um, okay. Now you're gonna talk about your emotional needs for right now. Like what emotional needs do you need met right now, currently? Actually, what emotional needs are being met currently? Not what do you need currently. So what are currently being met? For me, the emotional needs that I'm currently meeting, I am affirming myself a lot. I'm being supportive. I am being protective of my emotional spaces, protective. What else am I doing? I feel I could be a little bit more encouraging. So I'm not going to put that one there. We're going to encouragement. Also, faith or belief in the self. Okay. What else would I say needs a little bit more or is currently being met? I think I have did I put protection? Definitely doing attention. Okay, reassuring. I'm definitely reassuring myself. Reassuring. Um oh, attentive. Okay. So, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to list an intrusive thought that makes negative negative feelings around this topic increase. Okay. So that's the next thing we're going to do. We're almost to the analysis. Promise. Okay. So list an intrusive thought that makes negative feelings around this topic increase. If you like all you listed when you were thinking about your feelings anyways was that intrusive thought, then go ahead. But if what you have is mostly positive thoughts, that's really great. But we also need to be prepared for, when the rain comes and when we're not feeling so hot. So it's time to think about those intrusive thoughts that pop in that say the opposite of this, or just go ahead and write down the one that you may have written if you were feeling it already. All right. For me, um, I think one of the intrusive thoughts is um, I don't get to live a successful, happy life, or there's oops, I'm really spilling like all my tea today. There's something wrong with me. Okay, so for me, those intrusive thoughts that may pop up for this specific topic around my life is I don't get to live a successful, happy life or my version of it. I don't get to live my version. There we go. My version of a or there's something wrong with me. Those are the two that pop up that I may need to combat or give new meaning. So now that we're there, we'll copy. I'm going to go ahead and give each of these a new meaning. So the new meaning for I don't get to live my version of a successful, happy life. Instead of saying that, when it pops up in my brain, I'm going to say that, hmm, I'm just going to change one of the words. I do get to live my version of a successful and boop, happy life. Period. Okay. I do get to do that. So you are no more. We're even going to strike her out. Okay. Nope, not clear formatting. Where is the button? I'm looking for it. There we go. Strike through. Okay. And now I have this saying instead. And instead of there's something wrong with me, I'm going to say, I'm not going to change the word. I'm going to do something a little different than what I did for the other one. It needs to be something as close to what the intrusive thought already is. So it's easy to switch when the habit pops up, like the old habit pops up, but also something that still gives you a whole different new vibe to it. Hmm. I don't wanna just say there's nothing wrong with me because we kinda did that same thing for the other one. It is, simple, like, it is simple, so you can just do that. Me personally, I have this thing about, like, not doing the same thing, and I like to be creative, so I wanna do something a little different. Okay. Honestly, no, because what I do when this thought does pop up, the way that I genuinely combat it, because it has popped up before and I have had to already be like, "No, that's not true." I literally just go, "No, no, there's uh-uh, there's nothing wrong with me." And then I provide more context depending on what the scenario is. So, like, if I feel like, I don't have enough time to eat, or I don't have enough time to or I don't have enough, like, something with food specifically, let's say that. If it has to do with my food and I'm like, there's something wrong with me." Instead of that, I go, "No, there's nothing wrong with me. I just have particular needs that must be taken care of for me to be happy and in a good homeostasis." So depending on what the situation is, this part of the phrase will change for me. But I had to think about it and I was like, okay, I have had to combat this thought before. So what do I usually do? And this is what I usually do. I go, "No, there's nothing wrong with me. I just am particular about this or need this specifically, or this environment may not actually be what I'm looking for, or whatever it is." I actually reframe what's going on, like literally in the moment. So this portion of my statement, it changes depending on what the situation is. I'm gonna go ahead and strike this through because she is no more. Okay. Dead and gone. All right. Now, the next thing is an affirmation that helps affirm these new feelings. And for me, I'm really just listing an affirmation that helps further the positive feelings I'm honestly already feeling. So you can do this analysis whether you're feeling positively, negatively, in between, neutral. It doesn't matter what you're feeling. You can still use this analysis to gain knowledge and power from an insight from your everyday activities and feelings. Okay. Affirmation that helps affirm these new feelings. Hmm. I am excited by the life I live, and my success is in all I wait. I okay. Hold on, because I think I have a different sentence. Love the life I live, and the life I live, I love. Success is um in the life I love. Okay, I'm excited about the life I live. Okay, so I've written down 3 different affirmations. You can write down however many, like, pop up to combat. If they just keep pouring out, like, that's great. Let them do it. Let them come out. Let them write them down, all of them, and keep them, like, in mind. Like, you can always go back. You can literally open this book anytime you are feeling extremely upset, the minimum upset, even when you're happy. You're gonna open this book and you'll have these affirmations listed here. And if you're not using a book, you have your notes that you're using, or if you're doing a Google Doc just like this, you can literally write it there. You can even organize it, have one page that is literally just every single affirmation you've listed each day. We're kind of gonna do that sort of at the end of the month. So be sure to keep following along with the rest of the videos each day, because we do jump into a daily gratitude, a daily affirmation, and now I've added daily words of appreciation. I think I added that around day 8. So definitely continue to do that, because we're going to use those later on to help us have this mantra, this full self-made guided meditation session. Like, we're really going to do it. Okay. So definitely stay tuned and do every single day, one at a time, because they compound on each other and you're really going to learn a lot. Okay. Yeah, these are my affirmations that help me affirm these new and excited feelings, these positive feelings. I'm excited by the life I live, and my success is in my love of life. I love the life I live, and the life I live, I love. Success is in the life I love. Period. Okay. So now we've done that. Okay. And now I have my daily gratitude. Uh, my daily gratitude, I am thankful for grace and rest and peace in any moment, no matter who believes it is deserved. These are inherently rights as a living being. I just genuinely believe this. This is just something I believe, me personally. I'm thankful for grace and rest and peace in any moment, no matter who believes it is deserved. These are inherently rights as a living being. And I don't just mean humans or little puppy dogs and cats. I literally mean the trees outside deserve to have grace and rest and peace as well. Like, I genuinely believe this. I believe that all living beings deserve grace and rest and peace, and we deserve it. And there's nothing we have to do to deserve it. We are just allowed to have it. It's just something that is inherent to being and to existing and being a being of life. So that's what I feel. That's what I believe, and that's part of my what I'm grateful for today. Okay, my affirmation today is I can wait. I do do all I do with passion, intention, and love. I do what I love intentionally and passionately. I'm sorry, I literally forgot how to spell for a second. Okay, I do all I do. Oh my God. I do all I do with I do all I do with passion, intention, and love. I do what I love intentionally and passionately. Her, I love that. Actually, it's giving. Okay. Okay, I think it's giving actually, there's something a little bit missing from it. Something about the things that I choose to do. Uh, I do what I love intentionally and passionately. Yes, but something else. There's something a little bit of juice missing from it. Okay. What There we go. That's what I wanted to add. Okay. I do all I do with passion, intention, and love. I do what I love intentionally and passionately. I do what leads to lasting intention, passion, and love. There we go. I love that. I like that. I like that one a lot. I think I'm gonna use that for like the week. I really like that. We're even gonna highlight it like real big because I really like that. Okay. Daily self appreciation. And by appreciation, I mean literally, it's not just gratitude. It's not just saying, oh, I'm thankful or I'm grateful for something. It's more, I'm proud of this thing that I'm doing for myself or with myself or that I am. It's more about the pride, the pride of it, not in an egotistical way, literally just being, it's knowingly believing in yourself and just stating that fact. That's really what our self appreciation is. Okay. One that I've done before is I am so proud of myself for not only taking, but completing this challenge live each day. That's something that I am still grateful for, but I want to use something different today. Um, let's see. Oh, another one that I did was I am proud of me for doing and being me, and no matter what judgments, comments, or questions arise from those around me. So that's what I mean when I'm talking about giving a self appreciation. I know that may be a unfamiliar term, or you may think it's the same as gratitude, but it's not. Okay. Okay. You know what? I am. Oh my God. It feels scary, especially to say it. I am proud of me for stepping into my power and leading my days with love for myself and my future self. Her. I think, whew, I would like to think of my future self just a little bit more. I think I am definitely living a little bit more instantaneously gratified than, um is aligned with who I am. Uh, but other than that, I am like I'm super proud. And honestly, I don't even want to backtrack because the thing about the self-appreciation, we don't want to backtrack. We just want to say what it is and that's it, period. Okay? I am proud of me for stepping into my power and leading my days with love for myself and my future self. No explanation, nothing else. Just say it and feel it even if it feels uncomfortable. I'm very much kind of uncomfortable right now, not gonna lie. Okay. But sit with it and sit with that feeling and understand that, you know what, maybe this daily affirmation, because I'm feeling this is the one that actually got me to feeling a little, oh my God, maybe I should actually analyze this daily affirmation for myself and talk about the feelings that I'm feeling while I made that affirmation. Yeah, because I was a little like, "Oh my god, this is wild. This is scary. Am I really doing this?" And I am. I am really doing this, and I'm proud of myself. So, with that being said, we've done daily gratitude, daily affirmation, daily self-appreciation, and you finished day 12, okay? Day 12 of this free 30-day Get Ready for Change challenge. You did it. You did it. That's day 12. That's day 12, and you know how to analyze every single one of these days, right? Well, you know how to write down your information for the analysis. We're about to go into like the deep analysis and what all of this information means, how you can use it right now. Let me go ahead and plug up my computer really quick so it doesn't die. I'm going to take a sip of my water and my tea. We're going to have a brief moment. I'll share uh the information about the tea and everything that I'm drinking. Brief breather, and then we'll keep going. Okay, we're plugged up. That that's just water. I have two things of water. I've been reusing the cups for a while. They're just regular cups. You just wash it and you use it again. This is a kombucha I got from Publix literally this morning, I believe. Uh, it's a lavender mojito flavor, lavender mint and lime. It's very limey. I like lime though, so that's really going well for me. Taste less of the okay, the lavender's in the mid taste. The spearmint's kind of like more in your nose. You smell it. Yeah, but it's mostly lime. It's tasty. It's just more of a I would have said like a lavender touched lavender touched margarita kombucha or something like that. It's not really minty like that. Mm. Okay. It's really tasty though. I like it. Okay. Um I mean the packaging is green too, so my brain might also just be tricking me. Is that? No, the dominant flavor is definitely lime. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, here's how the analysis like really diving in and understanding what all of this information means. Okay. So the way that I was feeling, um I was feeling really excited and eager, and I wanted to be intentional, pensive, thoughtful, and I had a calm energy to myself with it, right? And the first time I ever felt excited, it was still sort of the same thing. And now I can talk about, excuse me, what exactly was I like, what exactly excited me about this moment? And I do know that it was the fact that he was teaching me how to make my favorite food. And I don't think that's the moment I realized I love to cook, but I definitely started like doing more, like being more interested in the kitchen and things. We have like different family recipes, especially on my dad's side. There's a lot of bakery recipes. Um, so I remember that in elementary school, I used to come home from school and I would immediately turn on uh the Food Network channel, but during this time it was like something I think it was like something else and then the Food Network channel before a certain time because it used to be Steve Irwin. No, no, no. Here's what it was. We used to watch Hip Hop Harry, me and my brother, in the morning before school if we got up early enough. And the channel that Hip Hop Harry was on was the same channel that Steve Irwin was on, which I believe is the Discovery Channel. And I used to watch that. As soon as Steve Irwin would go off with his crocodile hunting, okay, his alligator stuff, I would turn on Food Network. And I watched Food Network and try to cook something in the kitchen or like make like these sandwich roll-ups, whatever it was. I just like to experiment in the kitchen. So I think it was the knowledge that gave me the base to know that I could experiment. So that's really, I want to just write that down really quick. Knowledge that gave me the base to experiment. I'm actually going to put it at the top of the analysis. Knowledge gave me the um knowledge gave to me so that I could experiment. Given to me. Oh my God, gave to me. Given to me so that I could experiment. Okay. So, with that being said, what was the thing that made me excited about the other one was the fact that I felt like I was stepping into good energy, a good place, a place that was in alignment, and I was excited to go somewhere new. So, new space with alignment and good vibes. Okay, that's what I felt about those, right? And this is where we get more into like if you're into like reading your future or palm reading or tarot reading or anything like that. I think this is where we get more into the type of um the type of skill and interaction that you would use when you're doing something like that because really all that is people looking for outside answers to help them choose what to do when in reality it's still always inside answers. You're still using your own insights and your own discernment to choose what to do. It's just this farce of allowing something on the outside to give you the choice when really you really know what it is. It just kind of shows up in the cards that way. Okay. So now that we've got those two things, and I know that um I was feeling the same way, the same exact way while I was answering these questions, I can now say, okay, what does, legacy, how does that actually work in tandem or how is that actually um giving me knowledge that I can experiment with or a new space to be aligned and feel good vibes with, right? um in what ways can I start to implement or what ways can I take action that help me implement legacy so that it does these things? So let me write that down. In what ways can I implement action to help me uh move into spaces with my analysis conclusions. And then the analysis conclusions are right there. And I'm going to go ahead and put like a, first of all, there. Okay. In what ways can I implement action to help me move into spaces with my analysis conclusion when it comes to legacy? And this word would change depending on what day you're analyzing. So if you were analyzing um, day 9, which says, what's the most impactful thing I've ever heard someone say? Why was it so impactful? You would go, in what ways can I implement action to help me move into spaces with with my analysis conclusions when it comes to impactful phrases and sayings, when it comes to communication? Um, so that's how you would just switch it out for each different day. You would change literally just this word. Okay. In what ways can I implement action to help me move into it? Yeah, perfect. And that's exactly what you, now that you have that, your analysis gives you a question to move forward again in life with an action plan. It helps you decide what types of actions you may need to take, what types of behaviors and habits you may need to build. And you go from there. So I hope that was pretty understandable, pretty clear for everyone. And the way that I do my analysis, I really only write down the analysis answers for each day on the same day. I don't tend to go back and do this until like my second 30 days. So at the end of this 30 days, I would go in and look at my journal, start with day 1, and I would literally just start analyzing all of the information I wrote down to give me this answer. I would go in and give myself the question, and then I would answer that question as my new day 1 for the next set of um for the whole like new 30-day challenge. Like I pretty much I've started to believe in the fact that we kind of need, you need something that helps you, especially someone, I'm a person with ADHD. I need something that's going to help me not only mark different points in time, but give me habits that instill different things in me. So to be able to journal daily, and not only journal daily, but kind of go on this self-guided journey of journaling daily, because once you finish this whole 30-day challenge, the one that I put out, you're basically going to end up with a whole set of information that can help you analyze even more about your life, give you even more journal prompts to ask yourself. This is what the the basis of shadow work kind of is, okay? And shadow work, I'm not sure if you guys know what it is already. I can give you like a full definition of it. Shadow work, here's the Google definition. Shadow work is a process of exploring and uncovering parts of yourself that you have repressed or ignored. Shadow work can help you identify and regulate your emotions, improve self-esteem and self-confidence, strengthen relationships, learn healthy coping mechanisms, and heal from old wounds. Uh, now, Yeah, here's one of the other definitions. Shadow work is the act of uncovering your unconscious mind, really meeting the shadow self, the self that may be being denied. So that's really what shadow work is. Okay. And let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. But that's what shadow work is. That's what really what this challenge has been, helping you learn how to like actually shadow work and what is the importance, like how to like really genuinely go from asking yourself one question to diving so deep that now you're talking and listening to a shadow self, to a self that you didn't even realize was there. feelings that you didn't even realize were there. So yes, that's what we're doing here. And after this 30-day challenge, you can definitely move more into that um method of going in and looking at your analysis, actually giving yourself a new prompt each day, which is still a free way to dive deep into yourself. Or you can check out my Pampered and Lux website, where I have this 30-day get ready for change workbook, which dives even deeper than the way that we are on this free 30-day challenge. Like this one, you the one that we're doing now is one prompt at a time. It sort of helps you dip your toe in a way that is kind of like, oh, like I actually like I'm doing this. Like, wow. Like you're gonna the difference between this free 30-day challenge and this workbook is not only the intensity, but honestly, I feel the after effects. I took this 30-day challenge when I was product testing it, just to make sure that it actually works and that people would actually use it and that it actually made sense. I took it because I felt so scared to do any career plans that I actually wanted for myself. I felt so scared to actually go out on a limb and actually take in my power and utilize it. I felt like I was going to lose whatever family, friends, resources, whatever I had. I felt I just was going to lose it. I wasn't going to be able to maintain anything, wasn't going to be able to grow anything. And it was just a fear. It was a fear. And really, this Get Ready for Change 30-day workbook helped me step out of that fear and just start doing. It helped me step out of my head and literally just start doing. Um, I've taken every single day very intentionally. We compound on the information just like we do here. And I really believe that doing this free 30-day challenge first is honestly kind of essential to helping you get in the groove and in the habit of being able to complete something as intense as this, because it comes in parts. It has different little writing materials at the beginnings of each part so that you can actually hone in on the feeling and the work that is about to happen. There's even a sheet that you end up writing in a few of your own affirmational statements so that you have this whole monthly mantra to say to yourself to get you out of whatever mindset you're looking to get out of and into this new one. Also helps you hone in on what that mindset even is. What do those actions look like? What does that habit look like? What are your days even? What do you even want to do? So, whatever it is that may feel confusing about life right now, whether it's how you move or how the world is moving around you, this 30-day workbook right here is definitely something to check out on the website. It's down in the description box below. You can click it, you can see what's going on with it. And if you're following along with these lives, you'll know as soon as it's ready for purchase. It's If the link in the description box below has changed from just saying check it out to buy now, then it's already available if you're watching in the future. If you're watching right now as we're live, it's not available yet, but you will be able to check it out soon. I definitely implore you to continue on with this free 30-day challenge. Let the benefits really hit you, like let this change really transform, and just get into the habit of being with yourself, being who you decide you are and choosing who you decide you are. You don't have to fall into a space that other people put you in. You don't have to go where other people tell you to go. You don't have to do what other people tell you to do. You only do what you decide to do. And that's a fact, whether you're doing something you like or not. You only do what you decide to do. Of course, we're not talking about dangerous situations, but other than that, yeah, so check it out. It's in the description box below. I really am proud of you for stepping up and taking this challenge. Like you've not only have I felt I've changed my life sharing this journey, but the fact that other people are watching and they're actually following along with it is something that helps me feel even more accountable to continue my own journey. It helps me feel like, you know what? I can genuinely do this. Like there are other people who are not just watching me do this, but they're looking to change their lives as well. And if we're all looking to change our lives, then why can't we just do it together, or at least help each other along our journeys, at least be supporters in each other along our journeys? So, yes, thank you for watching. I know it's been a while. I've been on an hour. I think the rest of these are going to be a bit longer just because I know I'm not going to they might or might not stay up. I've only decided for sure that days 1 through 7 are going to stay up. Day 10 was actually really a really good day for analysis. I feel like today, day 12 was a little bit even better. So I might actually leave day 12 up instead of day 10. But this is all up to me. I get to decide. That's also what I love about this. It's all up to me. I get to decide, and I still have available all of those prompts every single day. If you're on the live, you're still going to see it every single day on the live. If you're not on the lives, you're going to see it in the Instagram on at Pampered and Luxed. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this for you. And also, I thank you for me because like I said, you're really helping me hone in and stay accountable. It's really helping me make sure I get on here every day in the morning, like I said. And I did get here a little late because it wasn't exactly morning anymore today. But I saw that the live yesterday wasn't even up for 24 hours yet, which also means that tomorrow's won't be up for 24 hours yet once I actually get on. But I'm still gonna get on in the morning, even if it won't be up like 24 hours at that time. I'll make sure they both still stay on at least 24 hours. So yeah, if you wanna, like, come back and you're like, "I didn't even take my notes," like, I actually need notes for this, definitely do. I will still have a free analysis worksheet for y'all, by the end of this challenge, just to make sure that there's something, tangible that you can either print or physically look at as a PDF instead of me just sharing a screen. You can have control of how and what parts you look at it on, and yes, that's it. I believe that's all. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for